It's nice to see you again. It's been a while, and I want to thank all my followers and my new followers as well for a thumbs up. And of course, this one's enjoying everything. Well, um, I was getting a lot of feedback, of course, of all the work that I've been doing before. I mean, that I've done already. And I came across this director, of course, which I cannot say his name, but unfortunately, I would love to so bad. But he is very encouraging. I've been chatting with him, for a while already, and he's seen the work that I've done before. When I was filming before, when I've done my school projects, when I've done my photography and things like that. So he encouraged me, not to hide my work. I've done filming before I was trans. So he just wanted me to open up and display the kind of work that I actually done before. Come on, baby. I know you want some love. Come. He feels like he's being left out. So I don't want to ever leave my Lion King left out from all my shootings and all that. So, but anyway, yeah. So he encouraged me to show my artwork, my work, never to hide it. Of course, I've been doing that because I just didn't feel comfortable enough to show my work, my photography, my artwork, my television production, filming that I've done many years ago. I did take television production, and I've taken also photography, but mostly it was mostly filming. I've taken a vocational course, and it was like a 5-year course. And unfortunately, what happens is that you have to have like a good godfather or godmother to bring you into this kind of marketing. If you don't have a person like that, then you're just gonna be doing internship, and you're gonna be doing volunteering, and so forth and so on. So it didn't really pay. I'll be very honest. I was working in the city. Should I say the city? Yeah, maybe not. But anyway, it's in the United States. And when I first started off, when I first graduated, I was doing an internship in the industry. It was a very film company. It was very big. I've worked with the rentals, with the backdrop, with the screens, with the special effects, with the lighting, cables, and all that. I was called during the nights to work with them because filming is usually 24 hours, around the clock. It depends if the weather's good, if it starts to rain and they want that rain specifically, and it's just the way it has to be. You have to be on call. You just have to go there. They put you in the mobile cart, and those little it's like a little cargo. They put you in there, and then you sleep there a couple hours, and then you go right on set. You're doing the lighting, you're doing the directing, you're doing the assisting, audio, and all this kind of stuff. So you're working with a lot of people. Since I was an intern, I was not getting paid for it, but I've learned a lot, and that helped me throughout my industry, of filming and photography. And then that's how I started getting more ideas how to do my own trailers. I did 3 trailers. I did the Mine 1, 2, and 3, and it was very interesting how I was able to do that one. I don't know how I slipped that one by, but yeah, I did it, and I done it and I finished it, but I did not put it on air. And that's what the director had told me, that why don't you just put it on air just for fun, so people can see the kind of work you used to do. And yes, I know that as a transgender, a lot of people was not thinking like, how the you let something like this slip by. Well, I just, like I said, I didn't feel comfortable, and like I said, I'm just starting out. I'm coming out of my skin. Now I'm going out in YouTube, and I'm explaining to people, and I'm trying to educate people as well. Starting from scratch, from the beginning, how it is. Becoming a trans, developing, your skin and yourself, your hair. You're taking care of yourself. There's so many things. Your surgeries and things like that, and it's so much. So you don't have time to be focusing on like, okay, let's post this, let's post that. You first have to do you first. You have to first work. You have to stabilize yourself. Make sure you have a good income. Then you're gonna have somebody that's gonna support you as well. And if you're not single, if you're married, things like that, it's another issue as well. So as time went by, when I was in the filming industry and I was doing filming, I was I had a lot going on because I was working two jobs, and then I was on call at the same time. I was working part time on one job, full time in another one, and then when I went in the morning, then I was doing the filming as well. I was doing the volunteer, or I was doing the intern as well. So that helped me out as well to get more ideas. So I used to work with the cameraman, doing his assistance, the lighting, uh, a lot of screenplay, mantle the place, putting all the things together to make it work for the scene. And then after they're done, then take it down again, then, getting the grip kits and all that kind of stuff. And it took a lot, it was a lot. And then after the filming was done, that was it. I haven't done it again, so I decided to keep working in my major, which was mechanics. It's something that I focus on. So I had the mechanical field as well. That's one, and then I had the medical field as two, and then another industry I had, which I was working in a warehouse. I was selecting. I was doing packaging. I was doing shipments and all that kind of stuff. So that was like another thing I had underneath my belt, and then doing the mechanical engineering. That's another thing. So that really helped me out a lot. When I was much younger. He's moving the camera, so I'm sorry. Excuse me. Um, but then again, that's something that I had, and because, like I said, you have to have a godmother or a godfather to get you into the industry. Once you're in there, that's it. You're making your money. You are with the people that is gonna back you up. It's gonna help you 100%. But I didn't have anybody. I was starting off fresh. I graduated from the technical school, from vocational school, and I did my 5 years in television production and photography. But then again, you have to have a strong connection with someone that's actually gonna take you there and just pull you in. And unfortunately, everybody's onto themselves. You know how it works. You know how it is. So I just didn't see it as a money making for myself. It started off, before it was like maybe like $11, $12 an hour, and when you have a family, because like I said, I was married, I did have my kids, so they needed food on the table, so I had to work. So doing an intern and volunteering, it was not gonna cut it. It was not gonna pay for my expenses in my traveling, going back and forth to the city. So I gave that up, but I still had that underneath my skin. Like I enjoy the filming, I enjoy the special effects, I enjoy doing the photography and the arts and that kind of stuff. So I still kept that on the side while I was still working. So when I was working in this place, it was like very, very interesting. It was the best and the scariest. This has a story, so I'm just gonna get ready and turn around and just, get ready to tell you guys, because I will be putting some pictures and things like that, as I usually do. And try not to put not too much special effects, because I know I got some fees. Well, you have to be putting special effects. The noise is too loud. And well, listen, it's just the way it is. It's just funny as hell. So, but anyway, so moving forward, I was working in this company where it used to be actually what actually was. No, Ming, no, you're messing it up for me. My God, down, down, down. Look, okay, look, see. Come on, you're gonna mess it up for me. All right, I have to cut it. All right, go down, go down. Hey, hello, I am back again. I apologize. I had to move my cat a little bit out of the scenery so I can finish this take here. So, anyway, like I was saying, I used to work at this company. It used to be a mental institution hospital, which they actually converted it into a company. So, it was funny how I wrote this trailer story that it came out to be almost like real. So, as I was working, I used to always work the night shift, the graveyard shift, which they call it over here in America. And you know exactly what I'm going to say, right? Café Bustela to the rhythm. So, as I was working the night shift, usually like around 2:50, 2:55, I started getting like these goosebumps when I used to work at nights. I didn't get that much calls when I was working, so I used to lay low. I used to have my room. I used to sit down and just rest a little bit until I get my calls to the radio. And usually like a little after 3 o'clock, that's when I start seeing sometimes or hearing noises, which I know I was basically the only mechanic, working there at nights. So sometimes I used to call the base headquarters and I used to tell them, listen, is there anybody else around the area? Is there anybody on the floor? They say, it's funny because you're the only one working there. There's nobody else there. It's the weekend and we have anybody but you. Again, so I went to rest and I went to, I had my break, I had my lunch, so I used it. And when I were to wake up, the lights would be totally off. So, I found that kind of odd and, just I went with the flow and I had my first light and I went to turn it on. So somebody did come in, somebody did shut it down. So I said, this is not right. This is kind of, shivering. So I turned it on, I went back, I sit down, kind of nervous now, like who's around the area. So there'll be times that I'll see like little shadows, or I will take my notebook and I'll just put it down and I start writing things that will occur, like occurrences and times and then the dates. And I said, okay, this is becoming, more and more interesting. So I put things together, and then as I was to go to different floors, I was to see shadows, people passing by, I was to hear voices. I was like, oh, this is not cool, this is not good. And I would ask also my coworkers when they used to work in the different floors, did you see something? Did you hear something? I says, yeah, there's most of the times at night I do see like, something white, or I see like a spirit, or I would to see things, just to see these things and pass by. Or I would to see somebody working there, and when they turn around, there's actually nobody working there. So these are kind of scary things. And then that's when I started to investigate, and I did my homework, and I found out that it was actually a hospital, a mental institution, and some people had died, and patients, whatever, of course, which that happens, all around the world when it's a hospital. But mostly in the floors that I noticed that it was actually really, really bad. I felt chills, sometimes I felt cold, and sometimes it was summer, and I felt the coldness. So moving forward, one night I went to sleep, and I went to sleep. I didn't wake up for a good while, and when I woke up, I wrote a lot of information, things I don't recall me being awake to write this stuff down. So I started to do my story, and I said, this has become very interesting. Why don't I just do this? Why don't I just do that? And I asked permission to one of my supervisors that, he is no longer, alive. He passed away. And he told me that it was okay for me to film it, just, keep it on the down low. If it's the weekend, it's okay, but during the week, it's not. So I said, okay, it's fine. And I went from time to time. I started doing little clips, and started filming and things like that. And then I put my stories together, and that's how I did it. And so I first named it a couple of different titles, but then I changed it around, and then I came up with the mind, because as you're sleeping, the mind takes over. and you have all these imaginations going through. So uh, basically, when I was sleeping, I've seen a lot of stuff that I cannot tell you on the video, but basically, if you see the clips, they will speak for itself. So it actually came out to whereas a company had bought this property, and the company didn't know there was actually a cemetery. Well, basically, I flipped around and they didn't know actually it was a hospital, with their patients. So as they built their property in the cemetery itself at night, which they call like the garage. Okay, well, this one I called her a certain name, but you'll get to know who she is. So she came out in the middle of the night, and since they had 200, I think I put 269 employees at the time of the title, and then leaving one of them for last, which was actually a magician. Okay, so I did play all the roles. I did all the special effects. I did dress up as the person, and I did dress up before, since I was in transition before, so I was actually the main character, who was actually doing all the drama and everything. I was actually the magician. So she came up at night and she started to kill the rest of the employees, and then leaving me, of course, the magician for last. So because the magician has so much power and was always righteous in everything that he was doing, she kind of liked that. So as time went by, she started to torture the magician, and then as she was getting closer towards the magician, she was losing the power, because all the power was going right into the magician. And then once he got everything all together, and when he was tortured, and then he disappeared. And then centuries later, it happened again. She reappeared again in the spirit, and then she was trying to take over him. And then as time went by, I'm not gonna tell you the whole story. At the end, she transferred herself into him, and he became her at the end. So I was supposed to do a part 4, but because time consuming and then places to go and film it, and I must have used maybe maximum like maybe 8 cameras, and I'm talking about like phone cameras. And it's all because I had so many different cameras. I do have them scattered around, and I've used so many different cameras, different angles. I posted it in different locations, and I did different cuts. And doing editing is also another thing that I do. I'm fascinated with editing and do special effects. So editing and photography, as you know, you take 372 pictures, and one of them, between 1 and 2, they have to be just right. So when you're doing the editing and the filming, it has to be precise. The sound has to be precise. You have a raw, you have your preview, and then you have to master. So you have to put all these together, and you have to have your mindset straight. So when you do the filming, it has to be just right. So my filming of doing the trailer, it took me like a good 3 years to put the story all together. Like I said, it took the right time, the right date. I've used also a smoke machine. It took the humidity as well. It is all about timing, So when you guys and girls do your editing on your phone and things like that, and do the filters, that takes time. For you girls to be putting that on there just to get the headshot only from here up there and never show your body, there's a reason why you're not showing from down here. So we're not gonna go there, but of course everybody wants to see from here up. It looks pretty, it looks beautiful and all that kind of stuff with the filters. But then again, there's a lot of filters out there. There's a lot of special effects. The same thing with the editing program. All that stuff takes time. It's not that easy as well, because it takes a lot of dedication. It takes a lot of precision. Just timing, a lot of timing. Even like I said, when I do my editing, it's not just like one day. It takes about a week, 2 weeks, and then if I'm working, I'll take my notebook and I write things down, and I get another idea. And then I have to go back and I have to do the re-editing again, and edit it and pre-edit it again, and then hear it, and then listen to the sound to make sure it's precise, making sure that it's not too loud, it's just right, the toning, the bass, and the levels. It takes a lot of time. Like I said, it takes a lot of time. So when I done all my special effects, I put them all together. I put it in a different file, and then from there, then I do the preview, and then I do the regular cut, and then I do the master edit, and then you can get to see it. Like I said, the first one, like I said, there is no talking. It's just nothing. It's just actions speak louder than words. That's all I can tell you. Because I didn't want no talking. I wanted this to be kind of a little bit more different than my other different trailers. So, but this one is very, very, very nice and very interesting. At the beginning, I didn't get too much the idea, the first trailer. But when I started getting more into it, is when I started getting more ideas and more special effects came in and more special effects, and it started to evolve more and more. So the more that I was doing the editing, the more I would stop, review it, take it with me, download it on my phone when I was working on my lunch and on my break. I would just to check it out and review it and review it and review it and then do it again and again and again. And that's what I did. And then that's why, like I said, it took like almost 3 years to finish my cut. I didn't speak about it. No, I didn't, because I'm very private, But since I have an account on Instagram, one of the directors noticed my skills, and he seen my pictures, and then he wanted me to send him a trailer. So I posted only on the Instagram. If you guys want to see it, you're more than welcome to. Just 3 cuts, of the preview. How you have like the 30-second, preview of the trailer. Well, I've done that. That's what I posted. I didn't put the whole thing. So once he's seen that, he just started tagging me, and he wants to see actually, the main footage. So I told him what I'm actually going to do for you, especially because you actually asked me for this. I will put them all together, the 1, 2, and 3. The first one's like it tells you the story. The beginning is like 9 minutes, and then the other one is 11 minutes, and then the last one is like 9 minutes. So I try not to make them too long, but there is a lot of action. Mostly the second and third, it's a lot of action. Yes, there was times that I could not sleep, because that's how freaking scary I actually made it. I used a lot of fake blood, a lot of special effects, which actually look real. I can show you a little bit here. Look at this, like this, what I have. That we saw. I do special effects. When I had the mustache on, and I use the white powder to make it look like if I had more of the mustache, and I was beautiful. So I made myself look more older, because the magician's supposed to be more older. So I'm using the powder and special effects, all that kind of stuff. So it made it look like more intense, and it was great. I've like I said, I've done the special effects, and I've learned this from the directors, and I used to work with the editor, a special editor. He used to do the effects with the CU, with so many different filters, different discs, before. Now it's nothing but just software. So I use a lot of softwares now to do my special effects. I bought them in B&H, so you can go to B&H.com as well, and you can buy your special effects from there as well, and you can integrate it, when you're filming. Or if you guys are doing trailers, or you guys doing special projects, for your YouTube videos or Instagram, whatever you guys want to do, you get it from there. And also, if you want to get audio for your video, things like that, you can go to audiojungle.com, and they have tons of music there. They start from $1 and up. So they have deals every single day, every single week. They have bonuses, they got packages and things like that. So that's where I get all my special effects, yeah, with the hand clapping and baby crying and things like that. And other people do the same thing. So I'll let you guys and girls go. So enjoy the clip and let me know what you guys think of. And like I said, I've done this, before so many years. I've done also different characters. I've dressed up as a grandmother, and I call her Lola Stella, which is actually my stepmom. She passed away a couple of years ago, so I dressed up as her. I do her character as her, and you can get to see videos I've done in the Philippines when I did a magic show, and then from the magic show I actually changed to doing Lola, which is actually Lola. They call it grandmother in the Philippines, and in Spanish it's also Lola. So Lola is like my Lola, my grandmother. So yeah, I dressed up as her. I did a lot of funny things. You guys can watch the clip. You can watch my list in YouTube, and I got it there. And like I said, it's just funny. It's just her character. When I did it, all of that integrated into me. So it's like I felt her spirit. So I've done all her animations. I did all her funnies, all the things that she would do when she was alive. So that was kind of nice. I felt really nice when I done that. That was very, very beautiful. And yeah, I miss her. So so anyway, I'll let you guys go. Thank you for watching, and thank you for hearing me. And like I said, don't be afraid to come out, and show your talent, and just let the people know that, don't be afraid, if you have a talent, show it, do it, post it, just make sure what you post is yours. You own it, don't take anybody else's stuff and get in trouble, then you get banned, So, that's gonna help out a lot. And, just, like I said, show your talent. I hit mine for a good while, but I guess now it's time so you guys can see what I used to do. Okay? I love you guys and girls. Take care. This is Asia for you. Stay safe, and see you till next time.